Okay, so on the same topic of training with the chambers, you want to think about training combinations. So practical combinations, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, maybe 6s if you get that far. Usually what you're working on is blitzing speed, either hitting one target multiple times or hitting several targets in the same combination. I would say that if you do anything and you want to focus on something important, it would be an EGIS. I think the key-Tirsa system, the Tri-V formula, is outstanding to work on the blitz. There was a story that was told by Guro, who was training people to compete in their first stick fighting tournament, full contact stick fighting tournament, and they had like days or maybe a week or so to prepare. And what did they train? They trained EGIS and the rear leg kick, and they all did very, very well. So with that in mind, I basically trained my own combative systems on the EGIS and the rear leg kick. Now, I do use the lead leg sometimes. I do use the rear hand as well, but I focus on some really, really fundamental, simple skills that I can generate a lot of power with, and I can get a lot of aggressive motion out of as well. Okay, so we're talking about a 2 count. Okay, so a 2 count could be something as simple as EGIS. So once again, if you're working on your basic 2 counts, it's 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, what I didn't put up here is, what are the footwork variations? God, they're almost countless, okay? So I can advance, I can retreat, okay? I can float in and out, okay? I can sidestep when I'm doing this. I can circle clockwise, I can circle counterclockwise as well. So you can add those things in. Each has their own value. I would say, as long as your conditioning allows you to maintain that, work on your footwork as best you possibly can. Don't let your footwork override your stick work. People, as soon as you get them moving their feet, their stick work goes absolutely haywire. Okay, so keep the footwork as easy as possible until you become more confident and more competent using your hands and your feet at the same time. And then when you get good at that, then you can make it more complicated. So an integration point for your training is work on your chambers, work on your striking techniques, work on your footwork in coordination with the different counts. Okay, so once again, EGIS. So I'm going to go forehand, backhand on the open side, backhand, forehand on the closed side. Okay, so it's a 2 count. So are there more? Yeah, I figure out. Do 2 strikes. Do 2 strikes. That's it. It's a 2 count. Okay, I can do 2 strikes. I can go 1, 2. I can go 1, 2. So that's a mirror, right? I can go slash wood tick, slash wood tick. Okay, doesn't have to mirror, doesn't have to, but you want to work on things you can remember. Could take notes, that's a possibility, right? So a 2 count. That's EGIS. Kila. So I'm using terms that are relatively understood by most Filipino martial arts practitioners under Guro. So EGIS means the X, Kila means lightning. Okay, so the Kila that Lameko uses and the Kila that Guro uses is the same idea, only slightly different. Okay, so Kila with Guro. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The Lameko version is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the Kila in Lameko goes forehand, overhead wood tick to the backhand as opposed to forehand, backhand wood tick in the backhand. Okay. So the same idea here. If I was doing this open like this, okay, should go to a closed. 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3. Okay. Doesn't have to mirror. Might not be a bad thing to do that. And once again, go to the left side. All right. So a 4 count. So a 4 count. When you're if my 2 count is here and my 3 count is here, okay, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Forehand, wood tick, redondo, backhand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to hopefully note that during the process of doing these strikes, these combinations, that my hands in the right spot to do a slash, a wood tick, a thrust, a redondo, a puño. Shouldn't really matter, right? So if I wanted to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Slash, wood tick, puño, slash. That's just as violent, right? All right, so 5 counts. Once again, you get into the realm, I gotta remember what I'm doing here, okay? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So slash, redondo, with tick, slash, redondo, okay? That may have been 2 different skills, I don't know. So it says forehand, redondo, with tick, slash, redondo, okay? So once again, I'm trying to play these by kind of like by ear. You have a job documenting themselves, okay? So assist count. So think about this, okay? If I'm working on my ECA skills, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a mirror, right side, left side. Not a perfect one, but one you can do. So you should have plenty of ammunition to figure out a whole bunch of ways to do this. Okay, now, so when you're looking at this, okay, think about this also, okay? You should be able to do this going from one hand to one hand to two hand to one hand, two hand to two hand, okay? So I can't imagine you have things that you don't have things you can work on now, okay? These combinations, as they get longer, gives you more variations and ability to do different footwork, to do hand changes. So if I'm here and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or I go 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. There's 2 hand changes in a forehand. Probably one too many, but still, you have to go to at least practice new skills. So changing your hand change, changing the ends of the weapon you're going to hit with. That's why I put this in here. So when you're doing your combinations, write them down. You can go slash to a tick, to redondo, to thrust, to puño, okay? Know what you're doing. You can come up with some really great combinations on your own. And I want my legacy as an instructor to not be to train a bunch of competent students. I want to create a troop of exceptional instructors. And for you to be an instructor means you have to be able to document the system. So I have no problem sharing with you what I've learned along the path, okay? But this is a condensation of things I've learned from, 28 systems of Guro Dan, 4 or 5 outside of Guro Dan, as well as training in the Japanese martial arts as well. You should be able to systematize, annotize the information I'm giving it so that you can pass it on to somebody else. And hopefully, my goal is to not make you as good as me, but to make you much better than I am by taking your notes, making them much more extensive, or being able to streamline them down so they make much more sense and easier to transmit. So there's no time to waste when it comes to training. I would condense information as opposed to expand it too much, but make the information you're condensing and make it as solid and as powerful as it possibly can be, as opposed to making it wasting time. I'm not a big fan of wasting time in the gym. My workouts are 18 to 23 minutes long, and they're devastating, and they're supposed to be. My training time I have for myself when it comes to my empty hand stuff, or my weapon stuff, is 30 minutes a day. I don't have time to screw around. I don't have time to make it fluff. I've got to make sure that time is used the best possible use. So make sure that the information is powerful, that it can be applied in different environments. It can be divided high, low, side to side, either hand. All right, thanks guys. God bless, and I hope to see you soon.